right. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing. Uh, hey, Rich. I see Rich is in here. Rich, I believe it's you. It should be you. Yeah. Charlie just sent me a picture of you with the, looks like a Coke or something from Bucky's. Oh my god, that's just funny. Let's see here. T-Towns, what's up? Super Dave, my man, Dave Dillinger. Rich, what's up? All right. I just thought that shit was funny. Oh, okay, we got to get the show going. Let's see who all is up in Instagram. What's up, guys? I got you up here. I'm watching. Yeah, you can laugh now. You can. Hey, Rich. Just give him a low like this tomorrow at the shop and tell him it's from me. Oh my gosh, Cash, what's up? All right, so hey, check it out. New year, man. 2025 came like that. Like, where the fuck did 2024 go? I don't know about you guys. It was like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, we're starting all over again. So it's all right. It's good though. It's good. It's good. Let's see. I got you. All right, Rich. You better. I mean, like, no little. Don't give it a little jab. Like, really, just lay into his ass. Just boom. That's from Jason. Do it. I dare you. Okay. So we're good. We're good. Yes. It is a new fucking year. And my first guest of 2025. I love this guy. Even though he's from Canada. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Kado is in the studio in the background over. Fuck, I don't know. He's over there somewhere. Over there. So he's going to be my guest tonight. First guest of 2025. If you don't know who he is, you're about to find out. So I'm excited. Tint'er Charlie, I'm watching. I see you. Strategic, what's up? Happy New Year. That's right, guys. Yeah, 2 weeks off, and we're back at it for the show. And I say we get this thing going. I say we get it going. Yep. Here we go, guys. Come on. It's this way. It's all about right here. Right about here. This guy right here. TintWiz. That's right, guys. TintWiz.com. Matter of fact. Oh, hold on. I actually had it pulled up on my laptop because if you go to TintWiz, TintWiz.com, and then at the top you go over to shop, dude, they got some new hoodies out. So yeah, your boy's gonna get a new hoodie very soon. I just have it added to my cart, so those new hoodies are sick. But I'm getting one, so check it out. TintWiz.com, 30-day free trial, no credit card needed. TintWiz coaches and everything, all you need in the app, right here. This right here. Tint. Wait, look, it almost looks like I'm fucking holding the fucking logo. Look at this shit. TintWiz.com. All right. I know Kado's in there going, dude, shut up. Let's go. Let's just get this show going. Anyways, check it out. TintWiz.com. Let's do the show. And, oh, you know what? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Someone better go message my mom because she's not in here. And now I'm worried. I wonder if she's okay because usually she's in here. TintWiz hoodie giveaway? No, I'm buying for myself. No, too bad. All right, let's start the show. And somewhere, maybe, I don't know where it's at. Here it is. Let's go. That's right, guys. It is Tint'er Tuesday live right here on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Almost nailed it without messing up, but whatever. I'm just excited. So, Kado, this guy, I remember the first time I met him, and dude, it's such a humble and just down to earth guy. And I'm like, there's no way you came from Canada. There's no way you came from Canada. I'm just giving you shit. You know, I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, I love this guy. And every time I see him at events, I mean, he's always just coming up to me. He's shaking my hand, giving me a hug, and asking me how I'm doing. And I figure, what a way to start off 2025. But to have him on, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. So, Kado, are you ready? He's giving me a thumbs up. Oh my God, I didn't get flipped off. No flipping off for the first of the year. Yes, I'm doing something right. All right, so the one and only Kado. There we go, sir.
What an introduction! Wow.
I try my best.
I was blushing. I had to stop before I came on. Very much appreciated. Great introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. Super excited to be the first of 2025, first Canadian 2025.
Yes.
I don't know where you got your information from, but Canada is a very kind place. We are all kind. Our favorite word is sorry.
I was just gonna say, Dean Mitchell, he's always like, sorry.
Sorry, eh? Sorry, eh? It is, you could literally get hit and you get out of your car and you're like, sorry. I'm sorry. I was in the way, obviously. I did something wrong.
Funny. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I can't thank you enough for taking time out to be on the show. First one of 2025. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And we were talking, and everybody that's in here now, we were kind of talking in the background for a little bit before the show started, and I don't know. I feel like every time I talk to you, there's always something new. I learn a little bit more about you, and I'm like, okay, stop, time out, stop talking, save it for the show, you know, because I want everybody to kind of know your story, your path, like where you came from, where you're at now, and it's pretty cool. So I want you to just kind of give everybody kind of a background of where you started and kind of your travels of where you're at now with TintWiz. So go for it, bud.
Absolutely. I mean, where are we starting? We starting from birth or?
No. Let's start with the shop, because you had a shop in Canada, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I started a shop in 2019, just before COVID, called Rapture Limited. And it was just myself with this big dream and ambition of making it big someday. And boy, was it quite the journey. Yeah, it was a really good time. I enjoyed it for the most part. It was a lot of lessons, a lot of hard lessons, a lot of debt, a lot of depression, anxiety, all those mixed feelings of running a business, which pretty much everybody in here knows exactly what's going on. So it's why I'm such a big advocate for, trying to make as many positive videos of people reaching out if they need to talk, because, we all see those things, we hear those things, but man, was it ever a lonely, adventure. It was extremely lonely because, your family, they don't really understand. Your spouse, obviously, they're the closest one that understands, but there's a lot of things that, we deal with day to day that, nobody really gets. And, you're afraid to share that information. You're afraid to talk about it. You just got to do.
Yep.
So, yeah, I guess that's a quick little side message. If anybody ever needs to talk about anything, I am an absolute closed book. I don't tell secrets, so reach out to me. But nonetheless, we get into COVID and we're shut down for whatever months. Canada was an absolute lockdown, horrible. And then then we started getting into business, kicking things off, built quite the reputation. Even during COVID was kind of my learning. It honestly played a really good role of how important marketing was, starting out your business. So that really kind of just rocketed the marketing aspect of it. And we did great during the marketing phase of growing the business during COVID. And as soon as we started, my background is vehicle wraps. That is my obsession. It's what I love doing. It's my passion.
And I know I don't mean to interrupt, but your vehicle wraps. I mean, let's talk about that truck that was like bright ass neon, like god awful bright yellow truck.
Highlighter yellow,
dude. It was highlighter yellow.
Yeah,
that thing was sick. I will give you that.
That was. It's crazy too because it's a 3M product. It's a satin highlighter yellow, whatever you want to call it, and it has a 3-month shelf warranty for UV fading. I knew that going in, but I was like, you know what? This thing is going to get so much attention. Like in the sun, it hurt your eyes to look at it. Everywhere I went, everybody looked at it. So that was great, but the unfortunate part to that was literally 2 weeks later, my transmission blew. So I was like, well, now I can't drive it. Then the positive came from that. The shop that I brought it to was right on the main highway. So it was parked out front for 3 months, just getting the best billboard advertisement you could ever ask for. And by the time I got it back, it was faded, and that was pretty much
was it.
But yeah, it served its purpose. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so wrapping is definitely my background, my passion for sure. Unfortunately, one of the least profitable services in the industry, one of the most undercut ones, I would say, and cutthroat. But I enjoyed it, and that's what I started off with. Then I quickly realized that winter was coming around and that wrapping is not that busy in the winter, let alone any other services that we would offer. So I started promoting that we window tinted. I never tinted in my life, so I had to learn really quick. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and then that's where I learned the importance of really just training. Just like, you can watch all the videos you want. I watched hundreds of hours of videos, and it still was not enough. So I went training, learned everything I could, and then that was it. And then quickly after that, PPF, and then probably the last year was flat glass. Was a good push on that. But yeah, then randomly, most cool things happen in life. Opportunities present themselves at the most crazy times that you would least expect it, and that's kind of what happened to me. The business, we're going on year almost five and a half, whatever, and like I'd mentioned to you, it felt like I peaked in my city. We're a city of 160,000, I think, roughly right around there, 130, 160, and I had the ambition of, when I started, of having a training center, because like I mentioned, we are at the hub we're in between Toronto, 3 hours away, Montreal, 3 hours away, Ottawa, 2 hours away, and we're right dab in the middle with the main highway connecting all three of them. And so my future goals was to have a training center where I could offer absolutely everything from accounting to front reception to the best place you could go to learn absolutely start to finish, everything you could, and to kind of be a hub for people who are injured, people who, got hurt at work. Say there's a tinter in the US that got hurt, broke his hand, and he can't work. He could come to our training facility, get paid regular wage, and either train somebody on how to do something without his working hand, or answer phones, or teach people on how to do admin stuff, anything like that. Like, still be useful, still bring in a paycheck, still pay his bills, and still be useful while still adding value to the industry. But yeah, the employee thing is one of the hardest aspects of business, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
It is hard to come by people who are dedicated and ambitious and eager to learn and just show up on time. So that quickly became a reality that it wasn't possible where I lived. So that's when we started to decide to kind of, potentially in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, eye up a different avenue in terms of, where we would relocate. And obviously the US being probably top of that pick. Cali, Texas, Florida, somewhere hot, somewhere where there's business kind of all year round. Every time I went to events, I was so jealous of all you guys that are like, maybe not you, Colorado, right?
Yeah,
But
Colorado.
all the other people that are busy generally year round with pretty consistent weather. So it's a little bit easier of a sell than it is when it's. I was actually just talking to Cody about this today.
Cold as hell.
Educating.
Yeah.
Cold as hell. We were talking about how, the winter time gets so slow, and I would get people that would ask me maybe like in June, July-ish to book a car wrap. And I'm like, well, I'm booking like 2-3 months out. They're like, well, then I'm going to have to wait until next year because it'll be winter time. And I'm like, well, you don't like, the reason I pay thousands of dollars for this heated shop is so that I can wrap your car all year round.
Yeah.
So the education part was the hardest part, but yeah. And then one day I Eric and I are talking, and Eric from TintWiz, were talking, and he asked me what my 5-10 year goal was. And at that point, my mindset had shifted from what I was going to do with my personal business, and then it was more long term. What am I going to do, and what are the possibilities? And the reality is, I love interacting with people. I love teaching people. I love growing people and adding value to people's lives and seeing them grow and helping them as much as possible. And so that's where potentially working for a film brand, doing training, just education. Like I told you, I hate doing sales. It's never something that I would look at doing, because I don't like having a target to meet, a quota to meet. Not saying that all of the brands do, because I know that a lot of them build their relationships on value and trust. But, at the end of the day, we're a business and we have to make money. But it's never been a goal of mine. I worked out of Fido. That's a phone service here in Canada. I worked there when I was like 18. Was one of like my first kind of jobs in the mall, selling cell phones. And dude, I was getting coaching meetings every single day on like, you're not meeting your targets. I'm like, I know, because I don't want to sell everybody this piece of shit phone. Like, I want them to have the phone that they want. Yeah, but like, we really need to push the new iPhone 4 out. I'm like, I don't care. So it was really hard for me to push people on things that they don't need. So yeah, so it was to do training or something like that. And he said, all right, well, I want to pick you up before somebody else does. And the position doesn't really exist. We don't really know what you're going to be doing, what's going to happen, but we'll figure it out. I'm hiring you because of you. So we'll figure it all out. And so I think it was about 3 weeks later, I was doing my last installs. I wasn't booking anything else, and closed the doors, told everybody, hey, if there's any warranty issues, reach out to me. I'll take care of you. All the clients that we had that were kind of more bigger clients. Like I said, we had like the big city sporting venue. So we did lots of commercial graphics and stuff for them, for like the ice boards and the rinks and the signs and everything, literally all the walls, everything in there. So that was a big one that, I wanted to find solutions before kind of just leaving. So we set them all up with different businesses in town, gave my clients away. It was kind of like an easy transition. And, so then, then I started full time with TintWiz, started working from home, which is a really big change. That was honestly the hardest part, was going, like, I was man, like even 5.5 years in, like 5 years in, I was still putting in 7 days a week. I was sleeping at the shop like 3, 4 days in a row. Claire, my girlfriend, she would come to the shop. She would have sleepovers at the shop because I wouldn't be home for a couple days, and it was all in all the time, business nonstop, and going from that to like, all right, so what am I doing today?
Yeah.
I work from my computer, the thing that I've been avoiding for
Right.
the last 5 years. Like the computer is not making me money at my business. I need to be
Yep.
wrapping cars and tinting cars. But
And I
yeah,
I know what you feel. I mean,
right?
think, yeah, I mean, I was on a plane every other freaking week. I was going here, going there, and I was tinting so many damn cars and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it was just like a brick wall. And Mr. Kratz, was like, "Hey, I want to offer you a rep job," and I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?" Just work from home. And I was like, what? It took me a while. So I know what that feels like, dude. It took me a while to kind of get used to, like, I don't have to go out and physically, like,
I don't have to use my hands.
I don't have to do shit.
Yeah,
All I gotta do is this.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
it's
You got to do a
cool.
lot of this too.
A
I mean,
lot
running
of
a
this.
business, you have to do that as well. But it's a little bit.
This is
It's a
different.
different.
Yeah,
It is.
it
Yeah.
is. So
It's
I feel you. It's a smack in the face, man. It
It
really
is.
is. It's
Yeah.
like you're go and all of a sudden just
Honestly, like I've explained it to some people, and like some people have done this their entire lives, so they have no idea, anything other than this. But for us specifically, it honestly, to me, it feels like retirement.
yeah.
So you're saying that I can go outside when I want, I can eat lunch when I want. What is this life? It's
Yes.
it really does feel like a dream come true. So still, funny enough, like it's obviously like a salary job, and I literally, I feel like I still not work as much as I used to, but man, like I'm still up late night, early mornings, all day long as much as I can. I love it. I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it. And when, like, it really doesn't feel like work, and luckily that balance as well is I do travel. So I get to, being so brand neutral is the other coolest part about working
Oh
for
yeah.
TintWiz is I get to go to absolutely any event. Anybody that wants us there, we go to an event. We can go to Autobahn dealer conference. And the next week we go to Expel, and the next one we go to Cool View, and the next one we go here. Like it, we have no association with anybody. So we are, in the middle and here to support everybody. And I love traveling. I Canadian boy from country boy from the day I was born, and grew up in a trailer park. I thought Canada was the only place on earth. And, as soon as I started traveling, well, WFCT in Texas, first place I met you, that was my first ever kind of like adult traveling. And I was like, dude, I've been missing out on life.
Yep.
Like, what have I been doing? And yeah, last year, I think 18 or 20-ish flights last year alone, which is the most I've ever flown in the 35 years I've been alive combined.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's a good time. I love it. It's incredible just seeing everybody and interacting with these people, and just seeing the country and just, dude, like the opportunities of everything that comes along with it. Like I saw one of the comments, Tint'er Charlie, I'd lose my mind working from home. And like, absolutely, there are those times, but you get that balance of, you have a dealers conference, or you have Tint'er battles, or you have WFCT, you go to these events, and then you interact with people, which kind of balances it all out. Like before you start losing your mind, or by the time you do start losing your mind, then you're reset by a nice little interaction with humans.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm actually I'm very fortunate because my girlfriend actually works for the same company, and we actually work together. So it's kind of a win-win. Everybody's like, "Oh, don't you guys get tired of each other?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, she's like downstairs. She's
Yeah.
in her own little realm. I'm you know, I'm up 2 floors doing my own thing, and I'm like, no, we're good. You know,
Absolutely.
and believe it or not, I know this is probably going to be stupid, but we got these little walkie talkies,
Amazing.
and and it's just like, hey, and we try to, because just like Charlie said, work from home would lose your mind, and you've got to take time to kind of like get up from the desk, move around, get the blood flowing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to take breaks, and we do. When she takes her lunch, if she's cooking or something, I'll go down and help her for a little bit. Now I still have my phone in my pocket just in case someone calls me or
Exactly.
something. But we'll cook real quick, and then we'll have lunch, and then I'm like, okay, I got to get back in. So
Yep.
we make it work. But
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
not
you
easy.
find that flow, right? Like the little things too. It becomes so like it's your space. Like I ordered a stand-up desk, or like an adjustable stand-up desk.
Dude, yes.
Who knew that would make a difference?
Janelle's buying one here in a couple weeks. She's
Yeah,
like, I got to
100%
get something
worth
where
it.
I can come up and down. And I'm like,
Exactly.
hey, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
It's amazing. Even if it's for like 10 minutes, you just like you're standing up, you can still be productive.
Yep.
And just get stuff done. But yeah, it's just about finding that balance. And I still don't do this to this day, but somebody that I know works from home, works for the government, and before I started, I was like, hey, like this is what I'm getting into. How do you cope with it? I'm like, what are some tips and tricks? He's like, well, at 4:30 when I'm done work every day, I leave, I go to Tim Hortons, I grab a coffee, and then I come back home, and now I'm like, this is my home now. It's not my business.
Yeah.
So like
Mindset.
we found that routine. Exactly.
Yep.
Get out of the house, come back, reset. Now I'm done work.
Yep.
I don't do that. I'm working 24/7. Like it's just as much as I can. But yeah, no. So that's kind of where we went, and the position just kind of worked into creating content from home, blog posts, relationship, and stuff like that. And my personal goal was like, as soon as I started, like I knew that my end goal was to be Eric's right-hand man. Like, I want to make your life as simple as possible. I want you to be stress-free, especially now that he has Leo,
Yes.
little son. Like, as soon as that happened was even more like solidifying to me of like, I want to be everything you need me to be, because like I'm not having kids ever. Like, that's a decision. We're not doing it. And I want you to be able to enjoy that, because when I was younger, I had a step kid, and I know what it's like to grow up and teach them stuff. And I was there for those moments. And so I know how important those things are. I
Yep.
want you to enjoy those things. So everything you can give me, all the stress you want to give me, all the things that you just give it to me. If I can't handle it, I'll tell you, but like, I'm here for it. So that's kind of, I would say more the direction, slowly but surely, that things start to progress. There's a lot of people that know Eric for Eric and TintWiz for Eric. So it's kind of a harder, thing to pass and transfer. Not really transfer, because that's not really what's happening. But, as the days go on, I do get more and more responsibility, which is more freedom. And that was honestly the thing I was the most nervous about, was to go work for somebody else. I was like, if the business doesn't succeed or whatever, the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go work for somebody else and do this shit. Like what the hell? And like, I was in the sign industry for like a year and a half before I started the business in Alberta, in a different province. But before that, it was always like construction, heavy equipment. Like, I operated excavators in the oil field. That was a job that I had just kind of before getting into the sign business. And, like, now transitioning to doing this kind of stuff, like it's mind blowing. So,
And you don't want to go backwards either. Like,
exactly.
at all.
Absolutely. Like, I don't want to, like, people say like, oh, it must be hard sitting in an office. Well, it's hard sitting in an excavator doing joysticks all day long for like 14 hours a day, digging dirt, the same pile of dirt for the next 3 months, you know?
Yeah.
And I was even laying access mats. We call them swamp mats. So like access roads in the oil field. So like swampy areas and stuff. And they're basically huge mats, like I would say probably 14 feet long by about, I want to say 8 to 10 feet wide. And you do 2 side by side, and they're like Lego. And you just keep building and building this road for months. And like, it's just mindless. And you're like, what am I doing with my life?
What am I doing?
Like,
yep.
The money is absolutely mind-blowing. Like I was loving life money-wise, but I'm so unhappy.
But yeah, and were you waking up in the morning going, can't wait to lay down some swamp road?
Exactly.
Like, you never did that, did you?
No.
Right.
No. I mean, for the first, like most jobs, like the first, 3 weeks or whatever, you're like, yeah, I'm doing this, and
I'm making my money. And then after about a month, you're like, fuck this.
Absolutely, dude. And the funniest part is like we're like both Eric and I are very, very big Gary Vee fans. And Gary Vee, if you guys don't know who he is, go follow him. Huge motivational speaker, changed my life literally from like those moments working in the oil field. Starting to listen to Gary Vee pushed me to stop like liking that massive paycheck I got and to be like, all right, I need to go do something that I fucking love to do, even if it's sacrificing this paycheck. I'm obviously living above my means if I'm buying $300 pairs of jeans and brand new Skidoos that I don't fucking use ever because I'm always working. Like it's time to like change that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And as soon as I did that, it was like life just rewarded me with absolutely everything that I could possibly imagine and more. Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey. And so back to like working for Eric was like the freedom he gives me, the trust. Obviously he hired me for a reason, and being able to just do my day. Like we have one meeting every Monday for like half hour, 40 minutes. And besides that, like we text here and there during the day, but like it's do what you do. And I trust you. If I didn't trust you, why would I hire you? Right. And that's very refreshing to find that kind of management. I feel like Mr. David Kratz is very similar in that way. He seems like a very trustworthy, like, hey, I'm hiring my team because I love you guys and I know what you guys are capable of. So get on it.
He loves everybody, but he doesn't love me. He doesn't love me because I keep putting out, stupid little TikTok videos. I'm totally joking. No,
those videos are amazing.
It's the same with David Kratz. I mean, he doesn't micromanage us. He's just like, hey, you guys have freedom to kind of like get in your own little groove and do it how you guys want to do it. And exactly. And I'll be honest, I've never been in sales like this before. And dude, after about maybe that first year of kind of getting my feet wet and kind of getting my groove down of what I want to do and how I'm doing things and, approaching the job itself. After that, dude, I was just like, man, I get up in the morning, I come in here and I'm like, all right, let's go. And I'm just, exactly, I'm on it, Yep. But dude, I feel you. I do.
Yeah, we are in very, very similar situations, and the way everything just kind of works out. It's incredible. Like you said, we had talked about Outback, was, like I literally woke up every day of my life for the past 30, well, it's been almost a year now. So say 34 years, every job that I've had for like a week or two, you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I love my life.
Yep.
But after that, it was, that depression, that, what am I doing? And every day you're just like, fuck, like I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And literally every single day now, like I tell Eric, I want to say like, I wish I don't do it every week because I don't want to be annoying with him. But like at least once a month, I feel like I write out like almost like a little short story of like just how fucking insanely grateful I am, because every single morning I wake up and I'm like, bro, this is it. Like I'm living my best life right now, and I get to be who I want to be and help people and build communities and just help everybody win. Like that's the amazing thing too. And the funniest part is like when I talk to people about TintWiz or whoa, what do you do or whatever, or I go see a shop for fun or anything like that. Like, all right, well, like you're trying to sell us. I'm like, dude, like I really don't care if you use TintWiz or not. Like I used it for 5 years and it worked great for me.
Yep.
But I'm not here to sell you on shit. I'd like, if you want to use it. But my goal is to make everybody succeed. And do I think that tool is going to help you incredibly? Absolutely. Yep. Or I wouldn't be representing the brand. I represent it because I believe in it, not because of a paycheck or anything like that. Like I had a paycheck before I started for TintWiz. So and fun fact, I got a tattoo of the TintWiz logo, WFCT San Antonio. That was like 4 years before I started for TintWiz. So
and where's
dedication.
it at? Where's it at?
Right here.
Nice.
Basically right where this is.
Nice.
Yeah, same size pretty much. And then I actually have all the states that I've been to because of TintWiz, little tattoos all around it, because TintWiz is the reason that I went to all those places. So very grateful.
Going back on how you're saying like waking up and just not feeling excited anymore.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that you're just doing fantastic and you just love your job and stuff like that. Same thing for me. Everybody knows how much traveling I did for that 2.5, 3 years, and everybody's like, oh, must be nice. He gets to go here, he gets to go there, he's always in a different fucking state, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know how draining that shit was?
Yeah.
And here's the thing is I was doing it all on my own.
Right.
I wasn't working for anybody. It was all me. And I'm telling you, the opportunity to work for Audubon when it was presented in front of me, I was like, oh, this is a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I feel you 100%. And we know what it's like to own a shop. We know what it's like to be the installer and doing all this stuff. And now that I'm in this different role in the industry, I really feel for all those guys now. Like they'll text me like, oh, this fucking shit happened, or this customer pissed me off, and I'm like, yeah, I remember those days, and I feel bad for him, and I'm like, oh god, I wish I was there to help him out, but I mean, there's not much I could do, but I just try to encourage him.
Support, exactly.
Yeah,
that's support, and going into the Facebook pages and helping people now with any issues they put on Facebook, or like I said in the beginning of this, like if you're having issues, like mentally, whatever, business wise, like reach out, because that's something that I can, like, I have the mental capacity to give to people now is my full brain attention. So when you have the business, you're like full business. Like I did not go on Claire and I started dating the day I got the keys to the business. We were dating for probably like 3 months before that, but I'd gotten in a motorcycle accident and I was fucked up for that whole time.
Yeah.
She basically took care of me. She dressed me, like we started dating as I was fucked up. Like I just got in my accident, and
you did it on purpose to test if she was going to stick around.
Hey, that's it wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, it was a good test for sure, and she did stick around, but yeah, she, like, it was just such a struggle. Like everything happened at the same time, and it just kept getting worse. Like we didn't go on our first date until I started working for TintWiz. Like at a restaurant was the first time we ever sat down at a restaurant on an actual date, was like 3 weeks after I started working for TintWiz. So it just goes to show like how much we sacrifice and we put into the business.
Oh yeah.
Like I there's things that happen in our relationship, like death wise or whatever, things that I don't even have recollection of, because I'm just, my mind's not thinking of that. It's, oh shit, that warranty job, or oh shit, like, did we overbook this? Oh, did I schedule that? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do that? It's just, it's insane. So hats off to everybody watching this that is in the entrepreneur journey.
Yep.
hats off to you, because again, like
100%.
the thing too is the hard part is you have to perceive yourself as doing good and being booked up and busy, because if you don't, then people are going to trust to go to you, but you're actually struggling and it's slow time and you'd like to talk to people and bring ideas in or get help or get leads or whatever. And it's just like this hard balance of like, you can't look weak,
Right.
because you have to have that trust of like, you are doing phenomenally well. You are the best place in town. You are weeks and months booked out. But in reality, you're like, shit, I don't even know if I'm going to pay my bills this month. You know, so it's tough. It's tough. So
It is. It is. It's a give and take, man.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so stressful.
Yeah.
I remember, back in the day, I mean, I hardly ever got to see my friends. They'd always be like, "Hey, we're meeting over here for a couple of drinks later on tonight," and I'm like, "I can't. I got 8 BMWs sitting in the shop that I have to have done by tomorrow." And I'm like, I just had to do what I had to do back in the day.
Exactly.
It is what it is. And kind of going off what you said about your first date with your girlfriend is, when I first started dating Janelle, it was just I didn't know where my next paycheck was coming from. Like, I was struggling, and I remember taking her out, and she's ordering food, and I'm sitting there going, "Fuck, how the hell am I going to pay for this?" And I'm like, "That's right, stand tall. You're the guy.
You got this.
You'll make it happen, right?
Yeah.
You can't show the female you're trying to date weakness, because they're like, oh, this guy sucks. I'm out.
Yeah.
And once I got on my feet and got caught back on things, and we all go through struggles. It was just it's life, And I remember the first time I was able to actually, take her out, and I never stressed about the bill. I was just like, fuck it. You want more? You want another drink? Like, let's go.
It's like, who is this guy?
So I totally understand that. It's life changing. For the most part. I mean, it is. It just makes you think different. It makes you appreciate things differently. It gives you a different mindset on things of where you want to be, what's next, and what's to come. And dude, it's like someone just flipped you over and was like, restart.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it is a very fun adventure though. Like, there's a lot of great times, great, experiences. I'm so happy that I did it. And I'm so happy that I did every other job that I've done. I honestly feel like, that's why I asked you, like, if you want me to start from the beginning, I'm literally probably like a Mike Rowe. Like, I have tried absolutely every job. I always like to explain myself as not being flighty, because to me, flighty is like, I'm going to work from Autobahn, I'm going to Expel now. Now I'm going from Expel, I'm going to Coolview
or like, whatever.
That to me is flighty.
Yeah.
If you get treated different, whatever, like there's different aspects. But to me, going from the same job, the same title to different places is flighty to me. Whereas I was roofing, I was running a construction crew, I was doing the oil field stuff, then I was in a kitchen, I went to chef school, like all these different fucking jobs. And it made me realize what I like to do at 35 years old now. I know exactly what makes me happy, what I'm looking for, what I will not accept, what I will work towards, what I will put my energy into, and what is worth my time, because life is so fucking short, man. And like, if you're like 60 years old and 80 years old, 90 years old, and you're not doing well, that's a hard pill to swallow, is regret. And you don't want that. So everybody that's like below 70 right now in these chats, like, do what you love. It's not too late. That's some Gary V shit, man. I talk about Gary V day in and day out. I give his advice to everybody. Some people are like, "Oh man, that's really good advice." I'm like, "Well, I can't take credit for it. I'm literally just regurgitating the blueprint of what he told me that literally allowed me to be where I am right now in my life. Because if it wasn't for his advice, I wouldn't be on the phone with Eric being like, "Oh, you want to take me on? So that means I'm shutting my business down. All right, cool. Let's do it." Like, if it wasn't for Gary V, man, I literally would not. Actually, funny enough, I have a Gary V tattoo.
You do?
His signature. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I was there when he signed your
right.
arm.
True. I love it. So I'm a very like passionate person. When I believe in something, I'm like I'm all in, man. Like I very good people reader, and when somebody hits me the right way, I'm all in. But no, you're not old. You're just
Yeah, I saw that too.
well aged. Well aged. But it's literally not too late, because I think
man.
one of the things Gary Vee had said, I can't remember who, I think it was Grey Goose, like the inventor of Grey Goose or whatever, was like 75, and he had set his whole family up for generational wealth after that, and he was 75 years old. So like the point being, like, it's never too late. So
Never.
you know, like I was 35 luckily, or 34, and I'm shutting down my business to go follow a dream. But I had the mindset that literally, like, Eric was like, listen, we're at least doing this for like 3+ years. Like I want you to know that if you're gonna do this, I'm committing to you for at least that long. If you choose to leave or do whatever, like, that's totally up to you. But like, I'm committing to that because I don't want you to like think that I'm gonna bail on you in 3 months. And I had the intention or the mindset that, like, literally, if he does bail on me, which obviously we all know Eric and would never do something like that, but if he did, or something just didn't work out, I was like, you know what, I kind of don't really like doing this. I was okay with restarting any direction from scratch, because I know that I tried it.
Yep.
I know it. I know what I don't like. I know what I do like. And you know, you're 40 years old. If you're 40 years old, you're 40 years old and you live to your 80, you have another whole lifetime to fucking do it all over again. Plus all the knowledge that you already have from the last 40 years. Like the first, like, what, 16 years of your life is learning how to fucking be a human, walk, talk, eat,
Yep.
go to school. So like, if you're starting at 40, knowing all the things you've learned from life, you could restart over and over and over again, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
I remember when you told everybody that, you know, you're taking the position with TintWiz, and I'm like, he deserves it. He deserves it. He fucking deserves it. So I'm super happy for you, man. I really am. We've known each other for a long time. Social media wise, we've known each other for a long time, and I've seen your highs and lows. I keep up with you as much as, you know. I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we call each other up every, you know, week or whatever, but I mean, we still keep up with each other. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
The nice thing about good people too is, you know, you don't have to talk every day to feel connected. Like every time we see each other, it's like, oh, I just saw you yesterday. What's up? Oh, cool. How's this? Amazing. Yep. And like, it's just that soul internal connection that you feel with somebody, like that's authentic. And it's just like, you could go a year without talking and you see them and same shit.
Yep. No,
so it's really, really nice.
That's really cool. I will say this, he gave you a guaranteed 3 years, man. Kratz gave me a guaranteed like 1 week. He's like, you fucked up. You're I'm totally joking. That's not that. See, if Mr. Kratz watches this, yeah, he's either going to he'll either contact me tomorrow and go, hey, I heard what you said.
Remember that 1 week?
Yeah, remember that? But no, he knows I joke a lot.
Yeah, I love it.
I will say this, Mr. Kratz and Faisal, I can't believe they have not literally got onto me and was like, hey, you're kind of on that line. You better like straighten up a little bit. I'm still waiting for that call, but
I think you do very tasteful, edgy stuff.
I do edgy.
that is not because there's some people that post some stuff that are connected to brands, and I'm like, how in the hell are you like? I'm like, actually, funny enough, this morning I woke up to my Facebook account being banned. And I was like how? I have a blue check mark, everything. Like, I don't post anything. And I got it back, but it was like, you'll hear an answer back in 48 hours, or your account will be banned forever and you can't appeal it. I'm like, what? Like, how is this an option right now? What did I do?
What happened?
I don't know. They don't tell you. But yeah, so all that to say is you can be edgy, do whatever you want.
Oh,
They'll tell you.
oh, trust me.
They'll tell you.
Trust me, he will. He will.
I think you're very entertaining, and your videos are edgy sometimes, but they're not over the edge or close to the cliff. They're like here's the edge, but like here's the cliff. So you're still you're up here. You're on an edge, but you're not even close to over the edge.
That video I did of where the announcement came over and said starting Monday you can trade in PTO hours for one big slap.
That was a good one. That was really good.
I tell you what, Janelle's like, you're gonna get in trouble, and I'm like, let's try it. I was like, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Right?
Like,
you don't know the limit until you try.
Exactly.
Like, if you're not telling me the limit, I gotta find out.
Exactly. Now, what's really funny is I think it was like 2 days after I posted on Facebook, Faisal laughed at it, and I'm like, oh, nice. Sweet, I still have a job.
Amazing. So now you know the line's still up here. You're still good.
I'm still there.
I love it when when Kratz jumps into, like, he'll make those like super funny videos. Him and Kendall, like, it's just, dude, so funny. Out of the park.
It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's good energy. It's nice to be able to work for a company that you get to be yourself, and it gets like encouraged. Like, yes, we want you to be you. We don't want you to be corporate. Yes, you are professional when you need to be professional, but guess what? We're also human, and it's time to have fun and enjoy our lives. And the only way you're going to build a better future and experience for your clients, our clients, everybody around us, is if we have a good fucking time, right? So
oh, you should see what I write in our company chats and in our sales team chat. Dude, I'm always like, it's super cool because, like, you know, all the rest of the sales team, like all the other reps, they all know who I am. They all know I joke around, and, you know, like we said, like I push the line a little, like I push it, I do, but I'm always like busting their chops all the time, and they're always laughing at it, and I'm like, don't ever take me serious. Like, it's been a long day. I needed to laugh, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I do it tastefully. I do. But I'm still waiting on that day. It'll happen. And I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. I mean, laughter is the key to happiness in life, and just good vibes. So
100%.
It's important that you keep pushing that limit. I'll be watching every time.
I'm slacking this week. I haven't made one. I've got a couple saved up, and I just, dude.
Oh, you got some in the bank.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I've got one that's a little bit more borderline than the one with the bitch slap.
Get it up. Kado approved.
Anyways,
we're testing the line.
Well, cool, dude. Look at that, 58 minutes. But I definitely want to wait. I'm waiting to hear when they actually take you up on that offer.
The slaps.
Oh, the slaps. Oh, Dave Dillinger's on the top of my list.
You gotta slap a smile onto his face.
No, I'm just playing. I love Dillinger. I probably give Dillinger the most hard time out of everybody.
Yeah,
I always do.
Dude, so he's amazing. He's amazing too.
It's funny. It is super funny. All right, so let's do this. We got about 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people watching. So I know lots going on with TintWiz. I know there's you guys are always improving everything. Like, someone will mention something like, hey, can TintWiz do this? And then, I mean, you guys are like always on top of it. I mean, I can't say anything bad about TintWiz at all. But if you guys have any questions, or if you guys would like to get in contact with Kado, here's your chance. If you guys want to do a little Q&A, we're not doing fucking numbers. There's always one. Here we go. And I'll put it up here. What is your favorite part about working with TintWiz?
God, that's a great question. I don't know if we said it at the beginning of this or if we said it backstage, but working with somebody like Eric is like having him as a mentor. If you've met Eric or you know of Eric, he is a very well-known person in the industry for being kind, generous, authentic, just always being giving, and to be able to work alongside somebody like that and that matches those values that you match and back and forth, but that's like I think I'm on like this level and he's like beyond that level. So to always look up to that and to be able to just hear the behind the scenes way of the way that he thinks is just absolutely incredible to be a part of. And, you know, I hope that more people get to experience that, the behind the scenes Eric, because it's as authentic, if not a million times more than what you guys get to see in person. So hats off to that. That's honestly one of my favorite parts, but being able to just help everybody, grow relationships, you know, create content for everybody, engaging stuff, adding value to everybody's lives, just having the freedom to do what I was put on this earth to do. And that's interacting with people, having fun, making people happy, and just, you know, living my best life and bringing along everybody else with that.
And I will tell you this before we get into this. When I went to Cali to visit a couple of Audubon dealers, I actually got to sit down and actually have dinner with him, and it was just Janelle, I, and Eric.
Yeah.
And dude, oh my god, he's
crazy.
He's a fucking hoot, man.
Right?
Oh my god. I mean,
Yeah.
I could have sat there for like 5-6 hours bullshit with him. So, anyways, can TintWiz look into my last request?
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like we get this a lot on Facebook, anywhere, of like, hey, here's an idea, or like, can TintWiz do this, or can TintWiz do that? The absolute best place for everybody to go is in the live chat, because the live chat is a record of absolutely everything that gets talked about. So the more people talk about stuff in the live chat, the more likely it is to be at the top of the list of, okay, well, there's a lot of people asking for this. Because on Facebook, if you're writing something on Facebook or making a post on Instagram, it's hard, if not impossible, for any of us to keep track of that kind of stuff. So go into the live chat, request your stuff there, whatever it is that you're having issues with, or you'd like to see, or, you know, you came up with an idea that you think would be beneficial. All those kind of things. Definitely the live chat is the place to go. It just keeps track of everything for us.
Let's see here. When did you officially start with TintWiz?
Officially started December 2024. November 20th, 2024. I started as a chief education coordinator, was the title that we kind of came up with. And then just before the new year, got promoted, I guess, to director of brand and growth, which is, you know, again, going from operating excavators in the oil field to having a title like that is pretty fucking insane. So very, very grateful for that. And just, yeah, it's amazing.
Absolutely. No questions really, but thank you and the team at TintWiz for making our job as tinters easier. 100%. If anybody's watching, or anybody that watches after the live podcast, if you guys don't know TintWiz, you've got to go try it out. I'm telling you, it will streamline your business. It's all in the app. Try it out. You cannot go wrong with TintWiz. So absolutely.
Rich, yes, thank you for that positive feedback. You know, it's because of you guys that we enjoy doing all of this stuff. If there was no tinters or rappers or PPFers or anything like that, you know, obviously we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So thank you for that. And like you said, Jason, you know, try it out, because like I used it for 5 years from day one, and it helped me go from being solo to having 2 employees, to having 3 employees, to having back to myself, like it allowed me to go home and shower once a week, because I could finally send out a couple proposals and find the time to go
Like
shower
instead
of sleeping at the shop. Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing, but we'll go ahead and do this one first. Let's get dates and time options added into proposals that populate to schedule when approved.
let's get dates and times options added to proposals that populate to schedule. Love the idea. And you might be the 90th person to say that on Facebook or Instagram or on here. So I will take note of it, but the best place again to go is in the live chat. Just literally copy paste exactly what you just wrote in here. Go into your live chat, put it in there. Generally Eric or Viral will see it, and they'll definitely, if it's
starts
on that
doing
queue,
this.
exactly, the wheels start turning. That's the only way that things are going to get added in or changed, or for us to think that anybody wants it. So
Yep. So I'm gonna go back to this. Is it true Eric is an alien?
Eric, I don't think he's an alien. I think he's more of like a reptilian, maybe. But no, man, he is definitely out of this world. It is an absolute, like I said earlier, like it's just crazy seeing these ideas. And when you talk about like marketing stuff, if you guys want to, like, I'm not saying reach out to Eric because he's busy as fuck, but if you have like a marketing idea or whatever, man, like he'd be talking about potatoes and he'll be like, yo, it'd be really cool, this potato, blah, 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 and marketing this and whatever. And you're like, holy shit, dude. Like, I would have thought of that maybe in like a month of like, getting it on my mind. But damn,
that's the funny thing is that's what it was like having dinner with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
he would pick something up and be like, all right, so check this out. And I'm like, seriously, dude, just stop and eat dinner, man.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Always.
Scott, does Kado still have his hot rod truck? Do you still have your? It's up on Instagram, but you can't see it.
No, I do not. So I had a 1946 Ford pickup truck, original patinaed from World War II, that was on airbags, had a 5-liter Mustang swap.
So sweet.
It was incredible, but it was one of those purchases that, like, I was in my business, like, all transparency. I was in my business, and I've grinded for 3 years at that point. And I'm like, you know what? I'm still struggling, but like, I deserve something. And I justified being like, you know what? I go to car shows and put up my tent and sell and whatever. I need a hot rod. Like, this is my dream truck. And so I bought it. Should not have bought it. Incredible, not financially smart. My girlfriend Claire told me so, that's for sure. And I think it was last winter, the winter before, was when I sold it. And it was just, at that point, it was just an object. Like, yeah, I loved it. It was the sickest thing I've ever had in my life. But, it was an object. And to be honest, I didn't build it. So every time I went to a car show, they're like, oh, that's Buddy's truck. And you're like, no, it's my truck. So it was never my truck, really, locally anyways. So, new things.
Absolutely.
New things.
And this was up in Instagram, but Haas decided to jump over.
What's
your favorite rap, tint, or PPF? Like, do you have a go-to?
I can't answer that question. Come on.
Come on now.
Honestly, for wrapping stuff, like, when I was in business, things have changed since then, I would say, in the last year. But I was always a tried and true kind of guy, so 3M, Avery for rap were my go-to. I really loved Avery. I'm actually a 3M preferred installer, and I only went through with it, and like, I took it years back, the 2 courses leading up to preferred installer, but I went and finished my preferred installer after being with TintWiz, because it was just like a notch on my belt, kind of like a karate belt, I guess. And I literally told them, I was like, I don't want to be like, put me on the website, because they had to, but like, put my number, email as like NA. Like, I don't want to be contacted for it. I just want recognition for it, that I put in the work and I can do it, you know?
Yep.
So 3M, Avery were my go-to wrap materials. And then PPF, well, I started off with Expel. Expel was incredible. I loved Expel. I used Autobahn. Incognito was really good. I loved Incognito. And honestly, other than that, like, I haven't really played around with stuff. So I can't speak for what my favorite is. Haven't really played around with it. Wrap material, I've played around with pretty much absolutely everything, but I can't disclose all of the things that I don't like. I'm telling you the things that I do like. And tint, well, you know, tint was start off with Solar Guard, was incredible, and went Expel and went Autobahn, and I loved all of them for all their purposes. Honestly, not one over the other. It was just all different venues in my business and different, you know, accomplishments and tiers that I wanted to hit, and you know, goals that I set out for myself to achieve. And those were kind of all the directions that I went. And I knew that the material was kind of, you know, not the same all around, but generally it's all top quality stuff. So no matter what I chose, it would be beneficial to my clients, and that was the end goal. So
I'm gonna answer this for you, but what's your favorite wrap color? Highlighter yellow.
Absolutely. This is my jam. Highlighter yellow is definitely one to remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah, highlighter yellow with the black logo. It just, dude, like, all these people are you know, they're cool business logos and everything, and the graphics. Like, we had a sign shop, I had a printer, I had absolutely everything from PPF, wrap, tint, sign shop, everything. We had it all. And you know, every graphic that we did, every commercial wrap that we did, nothing hit as hard as that simple Rapture logo with the fucking fluorescent green going down the road. Nothing can compare to that. It catches attention everywhere.
I remember because you know, we used to, we still follow each other on Instagram and stuff, and I remember when you started like posting pictures, like little stories of the process, and I did this, and I was like, what the hell's this guy doing? That is super fucking bright. And but here's the thing, after it was done, I was like, okay, that's kind of fucking dope.
It's wild. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was like, okay, I see where he was going with this. And
honestly, I was thinking the same when I was wrapping it. I was like, what
sure
the fuck am I doing? This is, I mean, the shop has never been so lit up. Like, you could see everything for miles. But
yes.
No, man, it was good. Marketing 101 right there.
Go bold or go home, baby.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, event wise, next event that you and TintWiz are going to be at?
Next event for myself is Cool View in beginning of February. Okay. Autobahn Dealer Conference end of February. Let's go. And yes. WFR.
Yep.
End of March. No, yeah, end of March.
Yes.
And then I think that's it on the agenda for now until WFCT. But man, that's how it was last year too. It was kind of like crazy. And I was like, all right, we got nothing on the schedule. And then it was like, all right, well, 2 weeks here, and then this, and then this, and this, and this, and then it blows up, which is absolutely incredible. And I love every second of it. So yeah, lots of fun events. I'm super excited to attend all of them and see everybody and just add as much value to everybody's day as much as possible.
Hey, I'm just glad I get to see you in like,
right?
What? Like
month and a half,
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time. Good time. I remember the last time I saw you was poolside of WFCT, and you were just getting ready to go on your beach vacation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to go home.
No doubt.
I did not want to go home. Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, Kratz, just ship over a laptop and I'll just stay here. Whatever.
Yep.
It's so
Um,
cool.
like Cash said, yeah, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I did miss it last year, and it looks like you guys put it back on again this year for me because I did miss it. So thank you so much for doing that for me. Really appreciate it. I'm joking, but yeah, it's gonna be super cool. I love WFR. It's such a cool vibe. Honestly, all the events that we go to and dealer conferences and everything, it's just like you see the different
Yes.
environments of each one, and they all have their own like, dude, I really love this about this, just like people, like they each have their personalities and their vibes, and it's always such a good time.
They're all different. They're all fucking different.
Right.
Same group. That's the funny thing. It's like the same group of people.
Yeah.
But different situation at the same time. Like
exactly.
It's yeah. It's so cool. It's so cool. Dude, I'm excited.
This year, WFCT Tint'er battles too. Collaborating, coming together. That's crazy things happening, man.
Yep. Big change. Big change in the industry.
Absolutely.
Damn.
It's the year for change.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. These kind of things should have been changing like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It should have.
I mean, it's time for change.
February Audubon. Who is in? Yes. Yeah. No. February's. What? Who is in Atlanta? Is he drunk? Is Cash drinking? Is Cash Are you drinking right now?
Cash is drunk on life.
It's February 24th through the 26th in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes.
ATL.
Yes. Yep.
Where all the cool rappers are from.
Yeah, right. Well, you'll be there.
I'll be there. Cool rapper.
Cool rapper.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kado, dude, I can't thank you enough for being on the show, dude. I was just like, let's just get the whole like background of you and where you're at and what's happening next for 2025. Like, I was like, why not, man? This is a good way to open up the year and start off fresh. And dude, I can't thank you enough for being on the show.
And thank you enough for having me, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, seeing you, interacting with you. You have definitely shaped the industry. I've looked up to you since the beginning, man, like before we even met. So it's crazy to, for myself and for everybody coming up in the industry to talk to the people like you or, people you look up to. It's an insane feeling to achieve those goals. So to everybody out there, just keep going, keep pushing, and keep being you.
Absolutely. I do want you to leave your legacy of the show. I want you to leave the very first footprint of Tint'er Tuesday Live for 2025. So this is your chance to leave your mark, advice, tips, tricks, whatever it is. This is your mark for 2025.
No pressure.
No pressure.
God. Well, in the words of Gary Vee, do what you love. Don't chase money. Chase happiness. Be authentic. Live with purpose and just be kind to other people. That's it. That's all. Life is simple. Don't hold off until you're older to retire or to do the things you want to do. Just fucking do it now. Life is way too short. Let's go.
Oh my God. I couldn't have said it any better. Kado, thank you so much for being I say Kado. Kado, thank you so much for being on the show. Now get the fuck out of here. I'm like, oh my gosh. I could literally sit here and talk to him for like ever. I mean, he's just, like I said at the beginning, he's such a humble and kind person where you can just have a conversation, and it's like he said in the show, it's not about brands. He's so neutral, and it's just like you can talk to him. So, guys, if you need help, advice, or whatever the case may be, hit him up. He is absolutely open to helping you guys out. So I can't thank him enough for being on the show. Fucking love it. Fucking 2025. Let's do this. Right? Love it. Next week, I don't know what's going on yet. I'm still playing catch up. But not to worry, we will have a show live right here on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. I'm out. I'm calling it a night. I'm tired. Done. See ya.